Hi there, my name's Leslie, and I'd like to share with you a tip that I used to create this presentation on my site Education Breakthrough, which I actually used as a job application. So this is part of the presentation, and anyone who has spent any time on Tom Kuhlman's blog would recognize this layout, which I shamelessly stole from one of his tutorials. Thank you, Tom. I love your blog, by the way. I've learned so much stuff, it's ridiculous. Now, in this scenario, Carol, the boss, is looking for a new employee, and we get introduced to the three candidates, and then these are the 5 criteria that she's laid out for you, the user, to evaluate the candidates in relation to. So let's choose this purple one, for example, and I'd like to show you the branching logic, how it works behind each of these doors. So here we say, okay, we better choose and find out about these their expertise. So let's say we choose this guy as our starting point. We could choose this woman, different hyperlink here. We could choose this guy, different hyperlink here. But let's say we start with this guy. So we find out about his tech skills, and then the green arrow prompts us to return. Okay, now watch what happens when we do. Check mark. Okay, again, this was inspired by something that I saw on Tom's blog, where he redid Kathy Moore's Dump the Drone presentation and showed a way of sort of tracking through it. Well, I really liked it, so I borrowed it, and I'm going to show you how to do it in your presentations, and I'm going to give you a flow chart that'll help. So let's say we choose this woman next, and we find out about her, and then we return. Well, you see both those people get checked off, and there are no hyperlinks here anymore. So we can only choose this guy. So we find out about him, and then we return, and then all 3 people get checked off, and then it tells us to return to the main menu. Okay? Now, what's interesting about this? Well, let's go back in again, same one, purple one, and remember we started with this guy. Okay, let's start with somebody else. Let's start with the woman this time. So we check her, we get the same information. Please go back. So we go back, and now she gets a check mark. Okay, and the other 2 don't. And that's what's different. I had to map out the flow so that this worked, so that the user could start at any point here and choose any of these 3 people, and when they do and they return, this person gets checked off, and then we choose her and we return, and then both those people get checked off, and so on. So let me show you how it works. Here it is. Here's part of the flowchart. Flowchart goes over 3 pages here. Let's have a quick look at that. And you see they get shorter because you start to, this one here links back to slide 6, which then links to slide 8 through to slide 10. And in total there are actually only 20 slides in the whole thing. Some of them are copied for the content, but you have to pay attention to the hyperlinks, and there are some notes in this PDF about how to do that. So let's go back here to the first one, and this is page 1 is if the user chooses A as his or her first choice. So that would be the woman in the demo. You choose the woman, and this is the resulting flow. If you choose the guy in the middle, B, then this is the flow, and this part gets replicated basically from up here. You see A and B are checked, C goes to slide 8. So we've gone B, A, so same thing, it gets replicated, and so on, and this one's even shorter. But the same amount of options appear behind each door. So anyway, I hope this is useful. You can download the PDF, actually, the PDF, and there's a link in it to the presentation if you want to watch the whole thing and see how it plays out. So anyway, I hope this tip's been useful, and you can go and download it at this URL. Enjoy!